Welcome to Internet Quality Academy. The channel is for the quality control engineer, site engineer, and the civil engineer who are working in the construction field. In this channel, we are dealing with the constructions and the quality control. Today also, I want to discuss about a very important topic that every civil engineer who are starting their journey in the construction should know. That is how to calculate bricks, sand, and cement quantity in a brick work. In this video, I will share you the step-by-step procedure how to make our quantity of a brickwork. So stay tuned until the end to get the full information about the brickwork quantity along with cement and mortar. And if you are new in my channel, kindly subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that whenever I upload a new video, you will get immediate notification. So without wasting time, let's start how to calculate of cement, sand and bricks in a brick wall. So first things what we need to know, what is the brickwork volume. Say for example, for now I am considering 1 cubic meter of brick volume, and this is a wet volume. Why? Because mortar has to place in a wet condition, not in the dry condition. So if we want to calculate the mortar or cement sand, that we need to calculate in a wet volume, not the dry volume. So here is the 1 cubic meter of wet volume of the brickwork we are considering. The next part is what is the brick size without mortar. So there are different sizes of bricks as per the IS codes, that the modular brick, non-modular bricks, whatever. But for the calculation here, we are considering the brick size is 190 into 90 into 90. So 190 is length, 90 is width, and 90 is depth. So this is the brick size without the mortar. The next part is brick volume without mortar. So what will be the single brick volume that we need to calculate in order to get the number of bricks and in order to get the cement sand quantity. So brick volume without the mortar is 0.19 into 0.9 into 0.9. It's around 0.00154 cubic meter. So one brick volume is 0.00154 cubic meter. It is required to calculate the number of bricks in a brickwork. The next is what is the mortar thickness? See, in as per IS code, it is saying it's the maximum mortar thickness should be 10 to 15 mm. Beyond that, it is not acceptable. So for the calculation purpose here, we are considering the mortar thickness is 10 mm. But as per your site requirement, it can be varies 12 mm, 15 mm, but not more than this. So what is the mortar thickness is 10 mm. The next part, we want to know what is be the brick size with mortar. The first here we calculate what is the brick volume without the mortar. Now we need to say what is the brick size with mortar. Now 10 mm the brick size. Now both the size is 10 mm, 10 mm, so it should be 20 mm. No, here is a 5 mm, here is a 5 mm, both the side, because the another 5 mm will be considered for the next bricks, not the in this brick. That is why it should be 200 plus 5 plus 5, that is 200. Now 190 plus 10, so 200 into 100 into 100, that will be the brick size with mortar. Now we need to calculate what is the brick volume with mortar. Here we calculate brick volume without mortar. Now we want to calculate brick volume with mortar. That is, what is the brick size with mortar? 0.2 into 0.1 into 0.1. It is coming 0.002 cubic meter. Now I have considered what is brick volume with the 1 cubic meter, brick volume, brickwork volume 1 cubic meter, brick volume without mortar, that is, and brick volume with mortar, that is. Now we need to calculate the number of bricks. Now, whenever bricks we are placing, we are not placing only the single bricks without mortar. We are placing the bricks with mortar. If the mortar is not there, the bonding will not be happen, and there will be possibility that the brickwork will fall down. So here is the number of bricks. Whenever we are considering, we should consider the bricks with mortar. Why? Because we are placing the bricks with mortar. So what is the weight volume divided by brick volume with mortar? Now what is my weight volume? That is 1. Here we are considering 1 cubic meter. And what is the brick volume with mortar? That is 0.002. So 1 divided by 0.002, it's coming around 500 bricks. So if the brick size is 190 into 90 into 90, and if we are using these bricks in a brickwork, in a 1 cubic meter brickwork, it will coming around 500 number of bricks. But considering the wastage and anything, that is totally depends how the degree of quality control at the site, and depending upon the degree of quality control of the site, the wastage to be also calculated. But for that is 500 is the minimum number of bricks required if the brick size is 190 into 90 into 90 in 1 cubic meter brickwork. But with wastage and degree of quality control, it may be vary or it can be increases. So now we have calculated what is the number of bricks in a brickwork, that is 500 bricks. Now we need to calculate the mortar volume. Then from the mortar we will calculate the sand and cement quantity. Now we need to know what is the quantity of wet mortar. Why? Because we are placing the mortar in a wet condition, not in the dry condition. So that is why we need to calculate first what is the wet mortar quantity. So what will be the formula? Total brickwork volume minus number of bricks into volume of bricks without mortar. Now what is happening? This brickwork is brick plus mortar. Now if we minus the brickwork volume without mortar, then we will get the mortar volume. So number of bricks, total volume, what is 1 cubic meter is we whatever we can consider. Now we can minus 500 into, sorry, so whatever we consider, that is 1 cubic meter. Now from this volume we need to calculate what is the number of bricks. So with mortar volume, we need to first calculate what is the mortar thick volume. So how we can be calculated? Here it is the formula: total brickwork volume minus number of bricks. So 1 minus 500 number bricks into 0.00154. What is that? That is the number one bricks volume without mortar. Okay, so 1 minus 0.77 into 0.23 cubic meter. So it becomes wet volume, wet mortar volume is 0.23 cubic meter. Now, we are getting the number of bricks. Now we are getting the quantity of wet mortar, but we need to calculate the cement and sand. Here it is a catch. Whenever we are calculating cement and sand in a mortar, we need to convert it into the dry volume. So why it is dry volume is required? Because when we are mixing cement and sand in a dry condition, and whenever we are adding water, it's become the wet condition. So what is happening in the sand? There is a void in between the sand particles. So that void in the mortar should not be there. So it will be it will compress whenever we are adding water. That is called the void compressibility or void factor. So that factor we need to calculate whenever we are calculating the dry volume. So for the mortar, it is the 33% volume is decreases whenever we are adding water into the dry water. So it becomes a wet mortar. So we are getting wet for volume. Now we want to get it that what is the dry volume. So what is the condition? What is the compatibility factor or the void factor? That is 33%. So 0.23 is my wet volume. Then 0.23 plus 0.23 into 0.33, because 33%. It's coming 0.3059 cubic meter dry mortar. So now from this dry mortar, we want to calculate the whatever the cement sand quantity. If we calculate in the wet volume, that will be the wrong, because we are adding in dry condition, and after adding the water we get the wet volume. So we are getting the dry volume of the mortar, that is 0.3059, that is nearly equal to 0.306. Now we want to calculate the what will be the cement sand quantity. For that, what we need to know? The mortar ratios, or what is the cement or sand ratio. It maybe varies 1:4, 1:3, 1:5, 1:6. But in for the calculation purpose, here we are considering is 1:4. Now what is 1:6? 4 is cement is 1 part and sand is 4 part. Now it is to be understood that this ratio is in the volume. 1:4 is the always volume mix. That is, it's a 1:4. So it is the volume. So number in a total volume, 1 part is cement and 4 part is sand. So what is the mortar sum? That is 1 plus 4 is equal to 5. Why it is required to calculate the cement and sand? Now what will be the cement quantity? That is 0.306. It is the dry volume quantity. Divide into 1, because there is a 1 part And what is the sum? One is 1 plus 4 is equal to 5. It is coming 0.0612 cubic meter. Now, but in site, we are not making the cubic meter, we are making the bags. What is the number of bags cement required? So how can calculate it? We need to calculate it into transfer into the kg. So what is the density of cement? This is 1440. So 0.612, 0.0612 into 1440 is 88.13 kg. And one bag of cement is 50 kg. So 1.76 bag is required to construct 1 cubic meter brickwork if the brick size is 190 into 90 into 90 and the mortar thickness is the now 10 mm and the mortar ratio is the 1:4. Now we need to calculate the sand quantity. What will be the sand quantity? 0.306 into 4 divided by 5. Why? 0.306 is the dry volume quantity and 4 part is sand and sum ratio is 1 plus 4 is equal to 5. It is coming 0.02448 cubic meter. But in the site, we are always calculating in the sand in the CFT. So we need to transfer into the CFT. What will be the happiness? 0.2448 into 35.315. It is the conversion factor from cubic meter to CFT that becomes coming 8.64 CFT. So in summary, what is the brickwork size? Is the 1 cubic meter brickwork. A brick size is 190 into 90 into 90. Mortar thickness is 10 mm. Mortar ratio is 1:4. So number of bricks is required 500. Cement is required 1.76 bag and sand is like 8.64 CFT. So these are the calculation of cement, sand and bricks in 1 cubic meter of uh, brickwork. And I hope you find it useful, and if you find it useful, kindly subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that whenever I upload a new video you will get immediate notifications. And I'm waiting for your valuable comments so that from your valuable comment everybody will be benefited. And if you want to know anything more about quality control and construction, please let me know. I'll come with more content like this. And thank you once again